One of the greatest things that you can do in the sales process is learn how to remain calm in the face of adversity. So how do you do that? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Austin, Texas, on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about how to remain calm. So here's the thing is most salespeople don't realize that when they're losing a deal is because they're not being calm in the sales process. And this first thing is going to sound crazy, but I see salespeople really struggle when they're hungry. And so what happens is when I work with somebody, I always tell them, hey, look, before you go on a sales call, make sure that you've eaten. Make sure that you're not going to have problems physiologically because you don't have food in your system and because you're not really ready to take that call. And sometimes in the industries that I work in, sales calls can be 2.5, 3, 4 hours long. And if you're thinking about food and your stomach is grumbling, it's going to be a very distracting moment for you. And it's going to be one of those things where you lose control of the sales call for no other reason that you're hungry. And so when people go down the path, when people get hungry, they get irritable, they become impatient, they start their body language goes off, their vocal pitch and pattern goes off, they breathe incorrectly, and it causes a whole bunch of problems and creates a whole bunch of sales sabotage that salesperson really didn't need. Okay, so I know it's as crazy as it sounds, but having food in your system and having the ability to go, I'm not hungry before I went to this call, could be one of the ways and one of the keys for you to close more deals. Because instead of worried about how do I close this deal, you're thinking about do I get a burger for lunch? Do I get pizza? What do I got to do to not be hungry? So as crazy as it sounds, one of the coolest things that you could do to help yourself remain calm is to eat food. Now, the other thing that you're going to have go along with this is to make sure that you're hydrated. And your water hydration, I'm not a doctor, I don't pretend to be one, but I see a lot of people struggle as they get tired, they lose the ability to talk because their mouth gets dry, and they don't realize that some of your energy is tied to the ability to have enough water in your system. So there's really two things here, okay? It's a twofer. You got a twofer today, a BOGO. Make sure that you eat your food and you drink enough water. Now, in a lot of industries that I work in doing in-home sales, back in the day, I would ask people, hey, can I get a glass of water? It'd be all right. Can I get a small favor? Can I get a glass of water? Because I'd get the person doing stuff for me. By the way, that's a secret sales tip right there. So make sure that you've eaten and you've had enough water. That's one way to help yourself remain calm in the sales process. Now you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button, click on subscribe, and then every time a new video comes out, you'll get an update that says, hey, Scott Sylvan Bell sent out a new video. You should check it out, which you should. So find the subscribe button, click on it. Just want to thank you for dropping by. We'll see you soon. Aloha.